Today I'm talking about the Hoka Torrent 2 after 100 miles. 11.00 miles, 9 minutes, 36 seconds per mile, 144 beats per minute today on an absolutely dreary, cold, miserable running weather day. But at least I had as the highlight the Hoka Torrent 2 with me today. And with today's miles, I took this shoe to the 100-mile mark. Before we get to my thoughts on that, I do want to go over some disclosures. This is a pair of shoes that was sent to me for the purpose of review by Roadrunner Sports. However, they're not paying me to make this video or to use this shoe, and no one's going to get a chance to preview any of my footage or thoughts before you guys get a chance to see this video on YouTube. Now, with the disclosures out of the way, let's talk about the Hoka Torrent 2. What we have here is a hybrid trail running shoe with 21 millimeters of stack height and Pro Fly midsole foam from Hoka. A fairly aggressive, that's their words, not mine, lug pattern on the outsole with thick rubber, which I do enjoy, but you can still see parts of the midsole itself. So they're trying very strategically to be able to put all this together. This whole entire package comes in at 9.1 ounces, putting it in right about the area I'd expect for a shoe where you're gonna be running on pavement, maybe some dirt roads, and also some trails as well. And I've just been having an absolutely fantastic time running in this shoe. What they've done is what I'd like to see in a lot of hybrid trail shoes. With the hybrid shoes, it's the lugs that are gonna be really important to help take you through some of the terrain that you're gonna be running in on the trails. But lugs aren't soft. Lugs don't absorb a lot of impact from the road if you're running on something harder. So they've paired it with something that's a lot softer, Pro Fly midsole foam. This is different than the Pro Fly X that's in the Carbon X. This Pro Fly material, I feel like, is a pretty soft material that absorbs a lot of road impact. And I like the kind of 1-2 punch of a squishy foam plus a stiff rubber material. I've been wearing it just about every day, and it's the upper that kind of contributes to the this everyday wearability of this shoe. The one thing is that there isn't a toe cap on this shoe. A lot of other shoes kind of in this category at least have something like a little bit in the toe cap area, something that kind of feels like maybe there's some cardboard, some other piece of something in there that gives a little bit of protection from rocks. This doesn't have that. There are slight overlays along the outside of the shoe to kind of protect you from some mud, that kind of thing, but nothing that's going to protect you from if you're accidentally like kicking rocks. It's definitely not a waterproof shoe. In fact, because it has what feels like very much like a standard, like everyday trainer kind of upper, which makes it very comfortable to run in every day. There is a lot of padding up here, and this area soaks up a bunch of water. And like the moment you get anywhere near anything wet, the area in like the midfoot definitely also picked up a lot of water. Normally I don't notice that kind of thing, except for today. It was pretty cold, temperatures in the 40s, and what felt like a very cold November rain, even though we're just barely into September. So definitely felt some of the coldness there. And the shoe, even hours after the run, is still just a little bit damp. So takes on some water, holds onto it a little bit. That's probably the only real knock that I can give to it. The upper is very comfortable. Again, fits with that kind of everyday trail shoe, everyday hybrid shoe kind of vibe that I'm getting from the shoe. Makes it just a very easy choice on pretty much any day. It is still pretty lightweight. 9.1 ounces isn't the lightest shoe, but for a trail shoe, that does make it pretty light. And I do feel like there is like a nimbleness to it that I really enjoy. So when the terrain gets a little bit steeper on the uphill or the downhill, and in the park that I've been running in lately, there are parts that are so steep that the hills have railroad ties cut into them, so that way they can make steps on that kind of terrain as well. I feel like I can get up through them really easily. In terms of how it's holding up, I feel like the Pro Fly midsole still feels pretty cushy. I really like how soft it is, and the rubber outsole is, it's a rubber outsole, so it's definitely going to hold up really well. I'm not seeing any like uneven wear or anything like that in the shoe. So really impressed with the way that these lugs are able to hold up over time. I am seeing like a little bit of that puckering that you might get when you're running on some exposed midsole foam here, like in some of these little crevices where you could see like, and they've exposed where the midsole foam is. It looks a little bit weird, a little bit dried out in that area, but still performing really well. There isn't a rock plate in this shoe, so that's something that I was a little bit concerned about, but at least for the type of running that I've been doing, the lugs are positioned well enough, and there's enough of that midsole foam material in there that I might feel a rock. Like if I'm stepping on something, I might feel it, but it's never at any point been uncomfortable. I can certainly run on any part of the dirt road, no matter where the rocks are, and feel comfortable about it. I'm not avoiding certain parts over others, which is the kind of thing I normally do in just like a regular road shoe. So I feel like they're kind of like trying to find that balance between road shoe fast and trail shoe capable, and I think they've done a really fantastic job here with this shoe. I feel like I've had a pretty consistent experience in this shoe from beginning to 100 miles, and I've just been having so much fun in it. Hoka, keep making shoes like this one, because this one's a real hit. So those are my thoughts on the Hoka Torrent 2 after 100 miles. I've just been having a blast. I know I've been hearing from a lot of you guys who have been enjoying this shoe as well, and I think that you guys are enjoying it, but there might be some of you who either have questions or completely disagree, and I'd love to hear from you guys too down in the comments. But down below, let's keep the conversation going down there. That's all I have for today, everybody. Thanks so much for making it all the way to the end of the video. Hopefully you guys are staying safe out there on your runs, and I'll see you in the next one.
Yo, what's going on?